Hope everybody's doing good out there. Today, I'm going to make some jalapeno pepper jelly. And I don't like hot stuff, but I do like this stuff. So they had jalapeno peppers at my local grocery store for 49 cents a pound. And to make 2 batches of this jelly, I needed 1.5 pounds. So like 75 cents. I went in and got 2 pounds just in case. And then decided I went back and got 2 more pounds because I want to make some pickled jalapenos. But basically, you need something to throw your scraps in because you want to get rid of all those seeds. And I've washed these, drained them, and then I put them back in my bag because I didn't have anything to keep them in for the moment. But cut the end off and then just slice them down the middle, and then I just took a spoon and just pulled that right out of there. Get your seeds and all that. And then over here, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, it's here. I have a scale, and so I need 3/4 pound for each batch. So, but I'm going ahead and chopping 1.5 pounds right now. I've already done 3/4 pound, and I've got it in a bowl over here because I want to keep them separate. I don't know if I'm gonna try to cook them up all at once and hot bath can them. I'm not quite sure how many of my half pint jars will fit in my pot. If I can get 10 in it, I'll probably go ahead and do a double batch all at once. If I can't, then I'm probably going to run it through in 2 batches. So you just keep doing this, cutting them. Wear gloves. I know everybody tells you, and I have. My skin's not super sensitive, so I have done it without the gloves. But what's sensitive is if you touch your eyeball or your cheek or your lips, then it's sensitive. So even if your hands aren't sensitive, keep it away from your eyes and mouth and cheeks and what have you. I'm going to continue to cut this up and get the seeds out until I have enough. You're going to also need some vinegar, apple cider vinegar. Now, I did read online. We are following the Ball Blue Book recipe for this. I did read online, one lady said if you didn't have the apple cider that you could use the regular, but I went ahead and just bought some apple cider vinegar. I thought, well, if you're going to do it, you might as well do it right. But I think in a pinch, I think you could I'm going to probably rinse these off again just to make sure I get all the seeds off. Some people do put the seeds in their jelly. I don't want them in mine. I don't want my jelly that hot. Like I said, I don't like super hot stuff, but this stuff is the bomb. You put this over cream cheese and put it on a cracker. We had a lady bring it to work. Oh my gosh. I have wanted to make it ever since. We planted peppers this year so we wouldn't have, we'd have them and wouldn't have to buy them. And with all the rain and everything, we didn't get something, really honestly, something ate all of our pepper plants down to the nub. I think we did get a couple of bell peppers out of it, small bell peppers. I'm not real happy with this guy. Let's see. I guess he's all right there. But we really didn't get any of our, and I planted like 4 jalapeno plants, and everybody says, oh, that's enough, that's enough. Yeah, well, not when they die. So you can see there's a little bit of black stuff in there, but it's only on the seeds, and you can just cut that right out and not worry about it. Well, I'm going to continue doing this, and when I get this to 3/4 pound, then I'll bring you back and show you what we need to do after this. You also need 6 cups of sugar, so make sure that you have plenty of sugar on hand. So we'll come back whenever I get that done. Okay, so I've got all the peppers cut, and I didn't chop them up you know, super duper fine or nothing. They're just halved. And it says to puree them in a food processor or a blender. So I got the little food processor out. I should have dug the big one out, and I could have done all of them at once, but I didn't. So this is what we got. Alright, we need to add a half or 1 cup. That's not really quite 2, is it? You need 2 cups of this apple cider vinegar. Okay, I can't even. Now, why is this? Hold on. It's okay. We need 2 cups, but you only put 1 cup in here. I just filled a 2-cup thing, and I mean, if it's not perfect, it's all going in there. It doesn't really matter. So there's down to 1 cup, and then we'll put the lid on, and there. It's kind of loud. This old one is really loud, but it says to puree it up. You might as well just get it done, right? Quit horsing around. I think it depends on how fine you want your peppers. If you want little chunks of pepper in it, then you don't want to get it super duper fine. I think we'll look at it. I think we want it a little bit finer than that. So hold your ears. There we go. That looks just really gross, but alright, this is 1 batch. 3/4 pound of jalapeno peppers with 1 cup apple cider vinegar. We've pureed it, and now we're going to move over to the stove where we're going to combine this with the sugar, the rest of the apple cider vinegar, and I think that's it. We're going to boil that. Better let me double check the recipe. No, I don't know it by heart. First time I ever made it. Yeah, we're going to combine this with 1 cup of vinegar and the sugar. And you have to use 6 cups of sugar. Then we're going to bring it to a boil and boil 10 minutes. So I'll see you at the stove. Okay, so we're over at the stove, and I'm just going to tell you right now, I went ahead and did the double batch. Because it's supposed to make 5 half pints, and my canner will hold 10 half pints. So why do it twice? So this is now 1.5 pounds of jalapeno peppers, 3/4 pound for each recipe, and there is 2 cups of apple cider vinegar in here instead of the 1, because there's 1 cup to each one with the puree. We are going to put it on the burner, turn the burner on. We're going to pour in 2 more cups of apple cider vinegar for a total of 4 cups of apple cider vinegar in here. I did leave mine a little bit chunky. Then this recipe calls for 6 cups of sugar for each recipe. So since I doubled it, we're going to have 12 cups of sugar. That seems absolutely insane to me. But I'm only going to put a little bit in here and then stir to see if we can get it to dissolve. I have double checked this recipe like 10 times because that's a lot of sugar. I'm going to go ahead and pour some more in. Like I said, I've got the burner on so that we can bring it to a boil. Once we bring it to a boil, then we're going to boil it for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, we'll add 4 bags of liquid pectin. I'm just using Easy Gel Liquid Fruit Pectin from Ball. And you will use 4 of those. So we'll add some more sugar. That's just insane. Okay. 1 bag of sugar is only like 8 cups. So that'll give you an idea of how much sugar. 1 4-pound bag of sugar is 8 cups. I sure hope, I'm not kidding, I triple checked this, but I looked at other jams and jellies and they took a lot too. So here's the other, that was 8 cups that I put in. Here's the other 4 to get my 12 cups. I'm just going to go ahead and dump it all in. And it really did almost fill this pot. And we're going to heat this to boiling. And then once it starts to boil, we're going to boil it for 10 minutes. It said to stir constantly. So I'll probably have to get me a spoon. I just use this to get the jalapenos out of the food processor. I'm not going to make you stand here and watch this come to a boil. I do already have my jars in here sterilizing. So they'll be nice and hot because this will be hot when we pour it in. Whoop. And like I said, 10 minutes. Bring it to a boil. Boil gently for 10 minutes. It said to stir constantly. Then you're going to add the 4 packages of pectin. Liquid pectin. Once you add the 4 packages of liquid pectin, then you're going to return to a boil. And we'll come back when we get to that point. So I'll see you then. Alright, I finally got it to a boil on my little tiny burner. And I have 50 seconds left. I did skim a little bit of the foam off the top of it because it was really foamy. I'm going to tell you, this stuff is sticky. I got it all over my ladle and my hand, and I don't know how many times I've washed my hand. And you can just see it when you pull it out. It's all shiny from all the 10 pounds of sugar. I know it wasn't 10 pounds, but it seemed like it. So my timer's about ready to go off. I've got my pectin already chopped open here, setting up in my little container. And I'm going to dump all 4 into this. Stir it, and then it needs to boil for 1 more minute. And then we can start ladling into our jars. So here we go. Let's see. Let me turn the exhaust fan off so you can hear me. I forgot it was running. There went our timer. We're going to pour this. Oh, yeah. Yeah, don't do that. Okay. I didn't know how when they say liquid, was it really liquid? It's kind of more like jelly. So, alright. Don't slide your hand over it for sure. Or you'll have your hand in the middle of the jelly. Okay. There's one. I'm going to go ahead and stir it. Kind of hard to do one-handed. Ooh, I think I got a big blop in there. I don't know if that's normal. Yeah, yuck. Okay, quit playing around. Alright. We'll get this one squished in there. That is some grody looking stuff. Okay. Number 2, 3. This is number 3. Maybe I better stir. Hold on. Stir and squeeze maybe. Yeah. There we go. I'm assuming it has to melt in there. That's probably why you're boiling for a minute. Okay, hold on. Get the rest of this out of there. I made jelly like 7 years ago, and it was jam actually. Okay, now we'll start on the last one. This is a double batch, so that is why I'm using 4. You don't need 4 otherwise. This is out of the Ball Blue Book canning, the little small one, not the big one that you can buy. Okay. I don't know if I got it all out of there or not. After almost dunking my hand in it, I hate to. Okay. We're going to stir this up. And then bring it to a boil. And boil. It's not stirring very good. Okay, maybe we are melting. Alright, so we'll get this back up to a boil, and we're going to boil it for 1 minute, and then we will be ready to put it in our jars. It's supposed to make, 1 batch makes 5 half pints. So I should have 10. If I have extra, I guess we'll just do the turn it upside down trick, put it in the fridge, we'll eat it first. Okay, now it's all dissolved. That's much better. So I'm going to boil this. When it starts to boil here, it's, yep, there it goes. Let me set my timer. Boil it for 1 minute. Then we'll ladle it into our jars. So I will bring you back when I'm ready to put it in the jars. And I'll move you over to the other side so you can see a little better. Okay, I started this once already, but here we are. We have boiled the minute. I just took this out of the water. It's super hot. I think I chopped the peppers up a little bit too fine because they ended up... I wanted bigger chunks, I think. Supposed to leave a 1/4 of an inch head space. And I'm telling you, this is one sticky, icky mess. Let's see here. This says that it's supposed to fill 5 jars. So we're going to go to a 1/4 of an inch head space. I'm not sure. Okay. That's probably close. Let me grab another jar. I'm not sure if you debubble this or not. I'm gonna, but I don't know if you have to. So let's just do a couple and then we'll debubble. This really looks like this is gonna be more than 10, but maybe it fills up a lot faster. I don't know. I'm telling you, you could sure make a mess with this though. Like, major mess. Alright. Okay, 1/4 of an inch. That looks pretty good. We can always add, I guess, a little bit more if I wait till I'm done. Let me do one more, and then I'm gonna debubble. Oh, look at that. That is some... I don't know. That stuff's just weird. It's that pectin. I don't think I had to use pectin the last time I made jam because it was plum jam, which plums don't... They make their own pectin, so I didn't have to have it. So here is another one. Almost good to go. Boop. There we go. Okay. Now I have this really nasty thing there. Okay. I know I'm right in the middle of the camera, but I didn't get a towel, of course. Always forget something. I'm going to use a little bit of warm water on the towel. And super duper hot. I'm actually going to use this. Let's wipe the jelly off the top. I've got my clean lids. My rings have been sterilized. Okay, that one is ready. Let's skip over to this one. Wiping the lid. Making sure there's no cracks or anything. You know what? You guys caught me. I did not debubble. So I'm going to have to open that one back up. Okay, this stuff is already getting thick. And that makes a terrible mess. I don't know about all that. I will have to open that one back up and debubble it. Wow, talk about stickiness. Okay. Let's wipe the top off. I would move this jar out of the way, but it is really hot. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and finish filling as many of the jars as I can. And we'll get them in the hot bath canner. Alright, there's 10 half pints. I had to have done something wrong. I don't know. That's 10 half pints. I should have had 11. But there is a lot of jelly left. A lot. I triple checked this recipe. This is how much it said. I don't know. We're going to have to see how it turns out at the end. I'm going to go ahead and fill some pint jars with this, and then I'll process it when this is done. We're going to bring this to a boil, a rolling boil, and then time it for 10 minutes. So we'll bring you back then. Like I said, I don't know. Let me bring you over here. I don't know if you can read this, but it says 3/4 of a pound jalapeno peppers, 2 cups cider vinegar, 6 cups sugar, 2 pouches of the liquid pectin, 5 half pints. Every one of them sealed. I've got the pints in cooking now. I didn't add the green food coloring, but it looks okay to me. I think it'll be alright with that color. There you go. It wasn't very hard. It took the longest to probably chop them, I'd say. And then for my stuff to come to a boil because it's on that little bitty burner. But jalapeno jelly. Awesome. You better try it sometime. Happy canning.